Hello everyone, welcome back to Today News K-Wave channel. In the past few days, the fandom world has been rocked again by news that has everyone, especially ARMY, in a frenzy. A major media article allegedly indirectly acknowledged the closeness between Jimin and Jungkook, better known as Jikook. And as expected, the internet was ablaze. Jikook's fanbase celebrated the moment enthusiastically, while some fans of other couples, especially Taekook fans, were shocked and angry. But what really happened? Did the media really acknowledge Jikook? And why are Taekook fans back in the spotlight? Let's discuss everything honestly, in depth, and of course with love for BTS. The story begins with an article that appeared on one of Korea's major entertainment portals. The article discussed the natural chemistry and closeness between the BTS members over the years. However, what caught the attention of many was not the entire article, but a small section that explicitly referred to Jimin and Jungkook as the duo whose bond goes beyond stage performance. That sentence, though simple, immediately caught the attention of ARMYs. It felt like a subtle acknowledgement from the media that their relationship was indeed deeper than just being bandmates. For many Taekook fans, this was nothing new. They had long seen, felt, and analyzed moments where Jimin and Jungkook's closeness was palpable. From the unconcealed gazes, the spontaneous, meaningful hugs, to the way they cared for each other off-camera, all of it formed a puzzle that was increasingly difficult to ignore. But this time was different. It wasn't just fans who noticed. Mainstream media also took notice. Meanwhile, as is often the case in the fandom world, news like this didn't come without drama. Some Taekook fans immediately reacted strongly on social media. They accused the media of deliberately writing about it to generate attention, even accusing it of a hidden agenda to erase the narrative about V and Jungkook's relationship. On Twitter, hashtags like #ProtectTaekook and #StopMediaBias trended for several hours. Meanwhile, Jikook fans responded with the hashtags #JikookIsReal and #MediaFinallySeesIt. The debate quickly escalated. Several large fanbase accounts tried to calm the situation by claiming that all the BTS members are close and that fan wars like this actually hurt the fandom's image as a whole. However, as we know, emotions in fandoms aren't always easy to control. If we dig deeper, the article that sparked this whole thing isn't the only time the media has acknowledged Jimin and Jungkook's closeness. In recent years, numerous news outlets and journalists have highlighted their unique dynamic. In a 2023 interview, a reporter who followed BTS for a documentary stated that Jimin and Jungkook have a very strong connection. They always look out for each other even when the cameras aren't rolling. The statement wasn't meant to be teasing, but rather to illustrate how their relationship in real life appears very natural and genuine. When this news began to spread, Jikook fans quickly gathered various pieces of evidence that seemed to support the media's claims. Old concert clips, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes videos have resurfaced on timelines. One of the most viral was footage from a concert in Busan, where Jungkook spontaneously hugged Jimin from behind and whispered something in his ear, a moment that even made Jimin smile shyly. Many considered it one of the most tender signs of their intimacy. Interestingly, however, this time it wasn't just fans who were talking. Several international media outlets also highlighted this phenomenon. An article in a foreign magazine called Jimin and Jungkook, the most emotionally connected duo in BTS, and described their relationship as a combination of brotherhood and something deeper. These words further convinced fans that their love and closeness were undeniable. So what about Jungkook and Jimin's reactions? As usual, they haven't directly addressed rumors or speculation about their personal relationship. However, their interactions over the past few months have only strengthened many fans' beliefs. During one of Jungkook's live streams, an ARMY asked about Jimin, and Jungkook simply smiled and said softly, "Jimin Hyung always knows me best." The sentence was simple, but for those who have followed Jikook's journey for a long time, its meaning was profound. It didn't stop there. A few days later, Jimin and I was on a live broadcast by myself and unexpectedly played a song Jungkook had sung. When a fan mentioned Jungkook's name in the comments, Jimin simply smiled and said, "He's fine. I saw him recently." That casual response only further strengthened the belief that they often meet outside of official schedules.
나도가 같이 나도 생각하고 있어?
While the incident between Jikook and Taekook fans continues, some armies are trying to maintain a neutral stance. They emphasize that BTS is built on the deep love and friendship between all the members. However, it's undeniable that Jimin and Jungkook do have a unique dynamic, and it's not just a figment of fans' imaginations. Many real-life moments show how much they care for each other. Even in the documentary, Break the Silence, there's a scene where Jimin talks about how Jungkook is sometimes too hard on himself and how he always wants to protect him. Jungkook, on the other hand, says that Jimin is the one who makes him feel comfortable being himself. Lines like that don't come from a script. They come from their hearts. The media may only now be starting to acknowledge Jikook, but for many fans, it's been a long time coming. They've seen their relationship develop since their trainee days, when Jimin was the gentle and caring Hyung, and Jungkook the shy magne who secretly sought Jimin out. They grew together, going through thick and thin, laughter, and tears. Their relationship evolved from friendship to something indescribable, a bond that even the camera can't fully capture. Perhaps that's why so many people feel captivated when they see them together. Whether one believes they're romantically involved or simply best friends, no one can deny that their chemistry is one of the strongest in BTS history. Now that the media is starting to open up to their relationship, most fans are filled with pride. It's not about who's right between Jikook and Taekook, but about how love, in any form, can be so genuine between two people who understand each other. But of course, for Jikook shippers, this moment felt like validation of what they'd always felt. That Jimin and Jungkook's closeness wasn't just fan service, but something truly real. Some fandom analysts even noted that the media's portrayal of Jikook's relationship had become more cautious yet positive. They no longer avoided discussing their chemistry, but instead praised the warmth and intimacy they displayed both on stage and off-screen. This signaled that even outsiders were now beginning to recognize that their relationship was truly special. However, not everyone was happy with this trend. Some more conservative fans felt that the media shouldn't reinforce shipping culture. They argued that it could harm the members' professional image. But for many other armies, as long as the relationship was based on affection and honesty, there was nothing to hide. Jimin and Jungkook, as they've always shown, don't need words to affirm anything. Every time they look at each other, every time they touch each other or laugh together, the world seems to stop for a moment. And perhaps that's why their relationship continues to be a constant topic of conversation. Because true love always leaves a mark that's hard to erase. So, is the media truly acknowledging Jimin? Maybe not outright, but the recent comments, articles, and attention they've been receiving clearly indicate that the world outside the fandom is starting to see what ARMY has always seen. A relationship that's extraordinary in its sincerity and closeness. And for all those still arguing about who's right or wrong, maybe it's time to stop fighting. Because in the end, what matters isn't who's with whom, but how they support and love each other in a way that teaches us all about the meaning of friendship, warmth, and true love. Amidst the fan wars, one thing remains constant. Jimin and Jungkook will always have each other, and as long as that remains the case, the fans who truly understand them will continue to stand by their side, witnessing the love, closeness, and beautiful story that continues to blossom between two hearts that have been connected since the beginning of their journey with BTS. Thank you for watching until the end. If you also believe that Jimin and Jungkook's relationship is something special, don't forget to like, share, and let us know in the comments below how you feel about this media confession. See you in the next video.